Stop, Burrows.
Hey, Caitlin. We slip over. You're in shot, mate.
Here we go.
Hey, Foz. How's it hanging? Well, can't you find it to tell?
No, you're right, Tom. It's hard for me to find. Unlike you, seeing is how your head is your dick.
Work it out. He just called you a dickhead?
You got a big mouth, Foz Dyke. Do you want to see my fist still fitting it?
Burrows, you're already on 2 late notes. Bell goes in a minute and a half. Go.
No worries, Mr. Nonny. Sir. Nice jumper, miss.
Get to class, Burrows.
He's been there since sometime last night. We'll know more when we get the autopsy results.
Suicide. Such a bright boy. Brilliant kid.
All round?
Maths, computing, that kind of mind.
How was he going socially?
All right, I believe.
Didn't have many friends, but that didn't seem to worry him.
This is Peter Minotti.
Technology and applied science. What they used to call woodwork. Linley's still with Caitlin Brentford. She's a mess.
Is that the girl who found him? We'll need to speak to her too.
Also the dead boy's teachers, parents, anyone he may have been having issues with.
I'll speak to his year advisor. We'll get a list of names together for you.
What about the parents?
They're adamant that he wouldn't kill himself.
When was the last time they saw him?
Early last night.
Was he upset about anything?
No, his dad reckons no, but it's like he's in denial. Kept saying the kid was perfectly happy doing well.
Parents are always last to find out, isn't that how it goes?
His mum did say he seemed a bit edgy, though. Worried about something this last week.
He didn't eat dinner. He went to his room early.
That's the interesting thing, yeah. He sneaked out and went back to school.
Did they have any idea why he might do that?
No. Far as they both knew, till this morning, he was in his room.
So they checked?
No, it wasn't unusual for him to stay in there all night. He'd spent a lot of time on his computer.
Yeah, we've got the text looking at that at the moment and his mobile.
Pathology. Yeah.
Rope fibres from under his nails. Slightly calloused fingertips. I'd say computer geek rather than guitar hero. Takes one to know one. But this is really interesting. Ligature mark, scratch marks. He clawed the rope trying to loosen it.
He changed his mind.
Not exactly. See these abrasions either side of the neck, below the ligature. When someone hangs themselves, typically they position the noose, then kick away a chair or whatever, drop down.
But not in this case.
Spot on, my friend. Our boy here was hauled up into the air. The rope tightening as he went, scraping his neck. He asphyxiated slowly, struggling to get free.
Parents are right, he didn't kill himself. OK, so Grant Barkley, 14, only child, computer nerd, very bright, bit of a loner at school.
The principal's putting together a list of kids and teachers to talk to.
Loner often means victim. Maybe he was being bullied, it went too far.
Too far. They lynched him.
They?
Or he. They, I don't know. It'd take a bit of beef to haul someone up like that, even a little guy like him.
The preliminary autopsy puts the time of death as late last night.
So what was he doing at school, after hours, in uniform?
I noticed a cleaning trolley at the school. Usually the cleaner turns up well before the staff. Why didn't he find the body?
Good thought. Bring him in for a statement. I want a full canvass of the properties around the school, find out if anyone saw anything last night, and someone put a hurry up on the boy's computer.
Detective Ryan, a visitor.
Emma. Hi.
Hi. Emma just popped in to see if you might be free for lunch. I thought I'd bring her on up. But you're going out.
Oh, it's OK. We can walk and talk.
Sure.
Emma, is it? I'm Duncan.
Hi. So, you're a detective too, are you?
Yeah, but I'm not in the same league as Matty. He's the man. He's going places. Won't be long before we call him Sarge.
Yeah, right. Go get the car. We'll meet you downstairs.
See? Strong, decisive.
We'll call him Dunny.
He's full of it.
I'm guessing it'll be a no for lunch then?
Yeah, afraid so.
We're still on for tonight, though?
Yes, yes.
Good.
Absolutely.
Great.
Who's that?
Most last lift.
Excuse me? Excuse me, Martin Price, just want to ask you a few questions. Oi! Oi, stop right there!
Give it up, mate. Just slow down. Hey, take it easy. All right, I just take it easy.
You call my suit!
Sucks to be you, mate.
I wasn't running. I was...
Hey, look at this. You ruined a perfectly good jacket. And spare us the crap.
Your taking off wouldn't have anything to do with your record, would it, Martin? What, you thought we wouldn't check?
Okay, I've got a record. I had to bodgy up my clearance for working at the school. They'll sack me.
Why, you're running for principal, are you?
Everyone who works at a school has to have a clearance, even a cleaner. You know that.
And you've got 2 convictions for trafficking, speed and marijuana.
Look, I'm clean now. I'm working 3 jobs. I'm trying to get straight. I've got a wife and kids.
What time do you start the cleaning gig at the school?
5 in the morning.
And you clean the toilets, do you?
Yeah.
So how come you didn't find the boy?
I was running late this morning. I didn't know he was in there because I didn't do all the toilets.
Or maybe you killed him. How does that sound?
I was at home with my wife and kids. We had steak and chips for dinner, we watched telly, and then we went to bed. Ask my wife.
Josh,
Mum, what are you doing here?
there's been a suspicious death. It's my job. Are you okay?
Yeah, of course.
Did you know the boy?
No, not really. I saw him around.
So you are all right?
Mum?
Okay. See you tonight. At home.
The interviews are all set up and the principal is waiting for us. So your boy goes to this school now?
Unfortunately, yes.
Are you feeling a bit better?
They said I can go home after this. My mum's coming to pick me up.
Oh, that's good. You're in your final year, right?
Going to TAFE to do fashion design.
Should maybe think about being a model. You're tall enough.
Detective. Not pretty enough, though. You reckon?
Caitlin, we need to make sure that you didn't touch anything when you found the boy.
I couldn't even move. I was only in there for a few seconds.
Okay, that's good.
We've asked Grant Barkley's year advisor about friends, but apparently he didn't have many.
I wouldn't know.
But you would have seen him around the school.
Not really. I don't think he had many friends exactly.
What do you mean?
There were kids he maybe, like, hung around with.
Do you know who they are?
Foz, I think. Hayden Fosdyke.
Just the one kid.
No, there was another dude that used to hang out with him. Daniel something.
Well, that is a good help. Thank you.
So can I go then?
Oh, hi.
Jen, this is Josh Waverley.
Superintendent Waverley's son. Yes, we've met.
I should get going. I've got class.
These 2 kids, would you describe them as good mates of Grant Barkley?
Maybe. I wouldn't know. They're kind of nerd central. Foz is brainiac, you know, chess club. Daniel's accelerate, smart. They get teased a bit.
Teased? By who?
Me. Who told you that? Wobbly Waverley.
How about you just answer the question, Tom? Did you tease Grant Barkley?
Maybe. A bit. So what?
So there's a fine line between teasing and bullying.
Did it get crossed? Not by me.
Was anyone bullying Grant?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Why not?
Cause him and his 2 mates, they act out like we're all dummies and they're up here somewhere, you know? They're wimps. They think a bit of a nudge in the corridor is bullying.
Well, sometimes it is.
Maybe.
But as far as I know, nobody gave Barkley hard enough time to make him string himself up.
He made that decision all by himself.
School's not like uni's gonna be. If you have brains here, you get targeted.
Who by?
By whom?
Hayden, manners.
Sorry, miss.
By whom?
Nobody in particular. Everyone in general.
We've been told that you were both friends with Grant Barkley.
Not really.
I got him into the chess club, but he wasn't very good, so we ditched it.
What makes a good chess player?
Practice. Lateral thinking. Grant's really good with computers and maths, but he doesn't have a chess brain. Well, he didn't.
What about you, Daniel? What are you good at?
He's good at everything. He's been accelerated.
So, why didn't you come forward when we were asking about Grant's friends?
Because we weren't friends. Not really.
It was more a question of safety in numbers.
Wondered we'd hidden it.
Look, you can have it back. I don't want it. I'm finished.
No, you're not. You've been talking to the cops.
I had no choice.
Well, what did you tell them?
Nothing.
That's good. Keep it that way. Because guess what? I'm only 15. Nothing is going to happen to me. If any of this gets out, you're the one who goes down that dunny. You got that?
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
It's about the death at the school. We've been building a picture of the school dynamic, and I thought that since your son goes there, that maybe you had some insight.
Insight into what?
Well, the students, the teacher, the culture. I mean, do you think that there's a serious problem with bullying there?
Are you asking me as a superintendent or as a mother?
As a mother.
My son's 14. He doesn't come home and tell me about his day over milk and ginger nuts. By the same token, he's not coming home with a torn shirt and a suspension note either, so I suspect he's a lot happier here than at the last school.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I was unaware. Do the parents talk? I mean, have they said anything to you?
Look, oh, I'm sorry. I can't help you. Detective, are you on overtime?
Unofficially.
Right. Well, I'm officially telling you to go home. And I'm officially late for soccer practice pickup.
Well, Barkley kid's a bit of a genius.
Was.
Well, his legend lives on. His hard disk's encrypted, desktops layered, all very sophisticated. More firewalls than the Pentagon.
Does that mean he's hiding something?
It could be. It's a challenge.
Too good for you, Paul.
Well, that remains to be seen.
What do you got so far?
Got into his blog. As far as I can tell, he only gave access to 2 friends, Daniel
Cooperberg and Hayden Fosdyke. We already know.
What do they talk about?
Well, maths, science, computing, chess. Fosdyke's got the dead kid about 3 moves away from mate in the game they're playing. Guess he wins by default.
Is there anything about bullying on there?
Nope. I'll get back to you as soon as I get through the encryptions.
No worries.
It's nice threads. Girlfriend pick 'em out for you?
Come on, give me a break.
Honestly, I was fat until I got older anyway. I was. Jelly Joiner, they used to call me. Not for long, though.
Well, do you expect me to believe that you were the school bully?
Beard, mate. I was beard. How about you, Jen?
Oh, girls are different, more subtle usually. Cutting you out, not being friends. But I did get chunks chopped out of my hair by 3 other girls, but I got my own back.
How?
How are you at school?
I really don't talk about it.
Morning.
What do you say, Sarge?
Memos from above, re-overtime allocations.
Thank you.
Where's Matt? Big night out with his new friend.
Maybe.
Did you see his face yesterday? What a cack.
Yeah, you nailed him.
Yeah, I certainly did. What?
I'll hold it down, you get the scissors.
Told me so It's just like you're talking French. It's like you're talking French. It's like you're talking. I don't understand what you said. It's like you're losing your head. It's like you're losing your head. It's like you're losing.
The brainiacs and the maniacs, we call them.
Muscles between their ears, Tom Burrows, and he's the mob.
Oh, come on. You're always dumping on the bigger kids. Bit of athletic ability and a bit of a physique. Straight away, they're the bullies and the morons.
It's a culture here. Bullying.
Oh, crap, Lindley.
If we cop our fair share too, I regularly get shoulder charged in the corridor. Accident, miss. Sorry, miss.
Yeah, but you lay a finger, get stuck in verbally, up for suspensions, hearings.
And they know it, and they use it.
And there's the girls. Blouses unbuttoned down to here, skirts up to here. You say something, says, oh, so you're having a look, are you, sir? Don't say anything, they pop another button. It's a minefield.
That's why I pulled you up before with Caitlin. You made reference to her physicality. Big no-no.
Like I said, minefield.
Oh, for goodness sake. It's not that bad.
Yes, it is. Half the time we don't know what's going on. Fear keeps the kids' mouths shut and the system keeps our hands tied.
That's not fair, Peter. This school's no worse than any other.
No? We just found a 14-year-old hanging in the toilet.
Tell them what happened to Mary Carmichael. And Brian.
That's enough. Don't start that again.
Mr. Mansour, who's Brian?
Nobody. None of this has anything to do with what happened to Grant Barclay.
We can make that determination. Who are they talking about?
Brian Sturdivant, a maths teacher. He's left the school now, resigned.
And Mary Carmichael?
She's on sick leave. Perry replaced her as Grant Barclay's year advisor.
And you don't think that you should have told us that, given the circumstances?
I'm sure you must realise I've been very busy. Meeting with the parents, the school council. There's a lot of concern.
Sick leave. So where do we find Miss Carmichael?
It was an accident in my chemistry class. I mixed the wrong compounds and the next thing I knew, I was on the floor screaming.
You seem pretty sure it was an accident.
I am. There's no other explanation.
What does a year advisor do?
Anything from student welfare to health and safety, arranging counselling.
Did you ever have any approaches by a kid called Grant Barclay?
No. I only ever spoke to him a couple of times.
What about?
I was concerned some of the other kids might be giving him a hard time.
And were they?
He said he was fine. He said he liked to keep himself to himself.
And you believed him?
I wasn't sure, but well, if they won't say anything, it's hard sometimes.
What about Brian Sturdivant? Now, he left the school recently. Did he know the boy?
You'd need to speak to the principal about that.
Why?
I really can't talk about it.
Miss Carmichael, this is a murder inquiry. Grant Barclay is dead.
I still don't see how this is relevant.
It got relevant the second you decided not to tell us about it.
Mr. Mansour, first we hear that the dead boy was bullied. Now we hear that Brian Sturdivant, a teacher, was intimidated into leaving the school.
And we see that as a link. We work out that link and we're a step closer to finding out who murdered that boy.
Running a school is 90% politics. Keep the ship steady, minimise damage.
We're not interested in the politics, we're interested in the truth.
Brian Sturdivant wasn't physically intimidated. I'd call it a smear campaign. If it had been a lie, unfortunately, it was the truth that was used against him. There were some compromising photos. They were sent to my personal email. Brian was clearly identifiable. I had no choice but to dismiss him.
Did Assad Mansour manage to trace the source of the email?
He said he tried, but he couldn't. It had been somehow routed to a surrogate source. He copied these, then deleted them. Damage control. Caitlin, the girl he was photographed with, is undergoing counselling. She's the one who found the dead boy's body.
And according to Miss Carmichael, she's also Tom Burrows' girlfriend. Not anymore, I'd reckon.
Hardly surprising.
What is surprising is the fact that Mansour thought none of this had any bearing on the case.
Surprising or suspicious?
Oh, neither. Employing a teacher like Sturdivant doesn't reflect well on Mansour, does it?
Well, he should have reported it to police as soon as he got the photos. And how can he be certain that a kiss is as far as it went with Caitlin and Sturdivant?
And firstly, he said that Sturdivant resigned, and then he said he sacked him, so which is it?
No, I don't buy it. Mansour isn't dodgy. He's just worried about keeping his school out of the papers and protecting his backside.
OK, I will speak to Caitlin again and get her version of the affair.
Grant Barkley was a computer geek, well capable of scrambling source information. What if he sent these?
Where can we find this Brian Sturtevant?
Garden maintenance.
Landscaper. Beats teaching. I'm glad to be out of it.
Not like you had a choice, did you?
We know about the relationship you have with the student, Mr. Sturtevant. Ask me, you were lucky not to do time in prison.
It wasn't a relationship. That was a mistake. I let my guard down and she knew exactly how to get the sucker punch in, believe me.
What, she came onto you, did she?
Have you met Caitlin? She's not exactly shy about flashing it.
And that's an excuse.
No. There is no excuse. I was stupid.
And then you got caught. Did you find out who sent the pictures?
No, I didn't try.
Why not? You just lost your job. That must have made you angry.
I was only angry with myself. Now, I'm philosophical. Yeah, teaching sucks a dry, and getting sacked was probably the best thing that could have happened to me.
Sounds like a pretty convenient rationalisation, Mr. Sturtevant.
Yeah, I am just telling you like it is.
All right, well, why don't you tell us where you were the night before last? Between 11 and 3 a.m. in the morning.
I was at the pub after footy training with witnesses. And then a poker game till about 4 in the morning. What is this about anyway?
One thing's confirmed.
What's that?
Sturtevant's a creep.
He admitted to the affair with Caitlin, but he's got an alibi for the night Grant Barkley died. What was the girl's take on it? Parents wouldn't let me re-interview her, saying she was too traumatised. There is one relationship we haven't looked into yet.
Which one's that?
You and your new friend.
That's not up for discussion. Her name's Emma.
How long's Emma been on the scene? Oh, Matty, come on. I think it's great. A girlfriend is a good thing.
Yeah, and there's an exclusion zone for you, mate. It's 50 metres, no closer.
Come on! She got any hot friends?
Hey, boys, heads up. Waverley alert.
Senior Sergeant Wolfe, does anyone know where he is?
Afraid not, ma'am. We just got back in. Anything we can help you with?
The child's death at the school. What's the progress on the investigation?
We're still interviewing witnesses and following up a number of leads.
I asked for progress, not process, Detective.
Nothing concrete yet, ma'am.
Right, thank you. I'll ask Senior Sergeant Wolfe to call me the minute he gets back, will you?
That. Thanks for helping me out there.
All good practice for when you become Sarge, Matty.
Dead end, huh?
Yep. How about you? Anything interesting?
Actually, I do have something that might cheer you up. Missed it till just before. See this? Woofer is the dead kid, Barkley. Bad pun?
So, who's winning?
Well, Foz. Barkley has the next move, except the game's irrelevant. It's actually a front for this cute little somersaulting dog.
What the hell is that?
That is a hit list.
Brian Sturtevant was forced to leave the school.
Payback. Bet he's got an alibi.
Caitlin Brentford was outed for having a fling with a teacher.
But she's not strong enough to have killed Grant Barkley, not the way it was done. This guy is. Tom Burrows could have hauled him up. Yeah, and both he and Caitlin were humiliated by the photos.
Well, maybe they got together. The ex-girlfriend lured the kid into the trap for Tom.
This teacher, Mary Carmichael, hurt in a classroom accident. What did she do to upset Grant Barkley?
Yeah, we don't know.
We do know Pete Minotti's generally disliked by the students. He's got a pretty short fuse, blows up at them on a regular basis. He's a shoo-in for inclusion on the list.
But he does not have a tick.
And he won't be getting one either now that Barkley's dead.
What, so you think Grant Barkley got tired of being a victim and decided to get his own back?
Exactly.
You're saying this could have been deliberate?
Is it possible that someone could have switched the compounds in those bottles?
Of course it's possible, but why would someone want to do this?
We think it was Grant Barkley. Any reason he'd have a grudge against you?
Grant wasn't even in my class. What you're saying is absurd. I have a rapport with my students. We get on.
You said you spoke to Grant about being bullied. Now, how did you find out about that? Did he come to you?
No. His friend did, Hayden Fosdyke. They call him Foz. He confided in me and asked me if I could have a word with Grant.
What about?
He said he was worried about him. I followed it up. But when nothing came of it, Hayden was really apologetic. He bought me chocolates. Well, I couldn't accept them, of course.
Do you think he might have had a crush on you?
No. Hayden's a strange kid. The only thing he really seems interested in is chess.
What about Grant? How was he with you?
Just normal. A lot of kids get crushes on teachers. I've had flowers turn up on my desk. But Grant, no, I never got that vibe from him.
And no reason to think that you might have upset him or offended him in some way?
No, of course not. Grant was a good kid.
Is there anyone you can think of who he might have had problems with?
Tom Burrows. Tom was always giving Grant a hard time. And Caitlin was always teasing him, like sexy stuff.
Grant thought he might catch them having sex, get them both in trouble. But he caught her and Mr. Sturtevant instead.
I think he hoped that ass manure
You mean Mr. Mansell?
Yeah. But he'd expel Caitlin. And then it would all come out. Tom would look like a real loser. Ditched for a teacher.
We warned Grant there'd be trouble.
But he still sent the email.
So why didn't you guys speak to a teacher about this?
We were scared.
I spoke to Miss Carmichael. I told her that I thought Grant was having problems.
Do you think that was enough?
What were we supposed to do? Tom Burrows was still at school. We knew if he sussed out who'd done it, he'd go psycho.
Was he aware who'd taken the photos? Sent the email?
But yeah, you'll have to ask him that.
It was Grant Barkley who sent those photos. You kidding? The kid's got balls as big as his brains in.
Why'd he say that?
Well, he would have known if I found out, then I would.
Did you find out, Tom?
No.
You sure? Where were you the night before last?
I was at home on my Xbox. Just ask my parents, I'll tell you.
We spoke to Tom Burrows' parents. They confirm he was home all night when Grant Barkley died. He was in his bedroom on his Xbox.
Oh, they could be lying, protecting their kid.
No, I can't see it. They seem genuine to me, Si.
As far as I could tell.
Plus, the dad turned on the house alarm early because he knew no one was going out.
Odds on Tom knows the access code, so maybe he switched it off and slipped out without them knowing, just like Grant Barkley did.
Yeah, and if he did leave the house, how do we get him to admit that?
Find something to pressure him with?
But as far as we know, everyone of interest has an alibi. Looks that way.
Then we are missing something.
We never really worked out why Grant Barkley was in his school uniform when he was found.
So he went back to school later that night in his school uniform. Is that somehow relevant?
And what about the note, I'm sorry?
Sorry for killing myself, that's the usual go.
But he didn't kill himself, did he? Whoever did attach that note to him, why?
To make it look like suicide.
Or because they really knew that he had something to be sorry about.
Like what?
We're going to have to start from scratch. Go over everything we have done so far.
Senior Sergeant, a word. I found this joint in my son's bedroom last night.
You're telling me this because you think it may have something to do with Grant Barkley's murder?
Perhaps. Obliquely. I don't know. According to Josh, there's a flourishing drug trade at that school.
He told you that?
Not exactly, but I'm reading between the lines.
What did he tell you exactly?
As little as possible. I know he bought the joint from somebody at the school. He wouldn't give a name. But I've seen the investigation reports. Martin Price, the cleaner, 2 convictions for trafficking.
If there are drugs at the school, quite possible he could be behind it.
Stanley, I don't want Josh's name to come up in this. He's already been kicked out of one school.
I'll do what I can, but the investigation takes precedence.
No, I mean it. Please keep him out of it.
I mean it. I'll do what I can, but the homicide investigation comes first.
I told you I'm not dealing anymore.
We don't believe you, Martin.
There's drugs all over that school. Dope, mainly. That's your specialty.
Why aren't we on this one?
Come on, don't lie to us.
Tag team. New faces, put him on edge.
I didn't kill anybody.
How'd you get onto this, Sarge?
At home, your mate spoke to my wife. Maybe your wife's lying for you.
What wife wouldn't? You've got a family to support. How many kids?
You know something? He's sweating pints.
Nice. So do him a favour.
If you're only dealing a little bit of dope, then we can help you. But you have got to help us.
How does the dealing work in the school? You have a middleman? Maybe he killed Grant.
If that's the case, he's going to go down with him. Regardless of whether or not you were directly involved in the murder, 20 years, mate, 20 years!
Okay! Tom Burrows. I supply him with the stuff and then he sells it to the kids. But if he did kill that boy, I didn't know about it.
Pick up Burrows. I'll contact the parents.
That's it. That's it. It's the last time. Last straw. You kids want sparks? I'll show you sparks.
Tom Burrows?
Yeah. Do you know where we can find him?
He's repeating, so he'd be in Miss Harrison's club.
Selfish, spoiled brat. Don't want to Don't want to be taught? Fine. You think I'm a joke? Fine. You just sit there on your mobile phones, take it easy, have a good time.
Peter, come on, it's okay.
It's not okay, Lily. Some little turns destroy thousands of dollars worth of equipment. They don't want to learn anything. They're wasting our time.
Peter, you're frightening the kids.
Stay away from me. This is all I understand. Not your counselling, your reporting system. Keep away from me.
Pete, come on. Not worth it.
He's right. And you're right too. You can't win. You'll just be another notch on some little turd's belt.
Come on, we can sort this out.
Come on, just put down the nail gun. You're scaring the kids.
I'm done.
That's enough! Be quiet!
Look at him, loving every minute of it. It's like a zoo. Nothing's changed.
Might as well write my resignation now.
Why? It wasn't your fault. Fosdyke. What? Hayden Fosdyke and Daniel Cooperberg.
What about them?
Please call their parents and inform them they'll be at Homicide. They're coming with us. What's this about? We're on the wrong track.
Hayden Fosdyke's mother is a litigation lawyer, Duncan. She will have us for breakfast if you are wrong about this.
I'm right about this, Sarge. Hayden Fosdyke and Daniel Cooperberg killed Grant Barkley.
The parents are here?
Put him in with their sons. You'd better be on the money.
We need Paul Winston. And let's pray that Hayden Fosdyke's laptop is easier to get into than the dead kids. It's logic, that's all. I mean, Grant Barkley's dead, so someone else had to do the number on Mr. Minotti's machines.
Obviously.
Was it you, Daniel?
No.
Was it your mate then?
No.
It's a pretty arrogant thing to do. Finish off the list, even though we were still looking into it.
What list?
Arrogant.
Frightening, even.
You're good at maths, right?
I guess.
So you'd know that a triangle is the most stable geometric form.
Sure. An equilateral triangle.
Yeah, except you've lost one side of yours and it's fallen apart.
And it was never equilateral anyway, was it?
Who dropped the list?
Who was the leader?
You.
What do you reckon, Matty? You reckon he's the leader?
I don't think he's the leader. He's a follower. It was Hayden Fosdyke, wasn't it?
Do you know how we worked that out? Miss Carmichael, the science teacher. She may be disfigured for life. Did you know that?
She was only on Fosdyke's agenda. He put her on the list because he had a crush on her, and she rejected him.
No what?
She was always putting him down in front of the other kids. That's what he told us.
Well, did you check that with the other kids?
Daniel, come on! Come on, he lied to you. He had a crush on her. He bought her chocolates, he put flowers on her desk, but she didn't even notice him, so she went on the list.
We never meant to hurt her. Just make her look stupid. I worked out the ratios of the chemicals. She must have tipped too much in. It was supposed to be like Wile E. Coyote. The sooty face and the hair all standing up. But we nearly took her face off.
Blow your nose and start from the beginning.
He told us everything. Your friend, Daniel.
Is that right?
You know about the list. We know you know. It's on here too. We found the somersaulting dogs, Hayden. Checkmate. You're gone.
You don't know anything. I'm not going to tell you anything.
Okay, well, why don't we tell you how it goes? Huh? We see the three of you get sick of being bullied at school. And Grant Barkley comes up with this idea of embarrassing Tom Burrows by showing everybody that his girlfriend's cheating on him.
Stop him if he makes a mistake.
And it was you who thought, hey, it worked once, why don't we keep it going? So you persuade everybody to make up a list.
Why would I do that?
Because you'd convinced yourself in that genius brain of yours that Miss Carmichael had been a cold-hearted bitch rejecting your juvenile advances.
I'm not juvenile.
Okay, well, let's try immature.
Okay, so what about Mr. Minotti? What, I'm supposed to be in love with him too?
Nobody likes Mr. Minotti, but you only added him to the list to hide your real target.
Mary Carmichael.
So blowing up his machines today was a pretty dumb move.
Why would I do that if he was just a decoy?
Because you could. And because you had to prove to Daniel that you were on top of everything.
Daniel was already scared after what happened to Mary Carmichael.
But it was Grant Barkley. Now, he got worse when she got hurt. He started to feel guilty. He started talking about coming clean.
Yeah, well, it's just chemical burns.
She could be disfigured!
It's her own fault! She should have treated me better! People are only ever interested in me because of my brain, never in me!
You're just a kid. What would you want from her?
Nothing! I don't know! I don't know!
Why'd you kill Grant Barkley?
He wanted to go to Arsmania and front up about everything.
And you couldn't have that?
We didn't kill him. We organised to meet him at the school before going to see Mr. Mansour at his home. I mean, Grant showed up in his uniform.
Tell us the truth, Hayden! Because Daniel already has. And everything is on there.
Why did you get Daniel involved?
Pure physics. I mean, he wasn't able to pull up Grant Barkley by himself. I mean, look at him. Because Daniel's scared of you, and you bullied him into helping. The cord was ready. You hid in the loo while Daniel was talking to him. And then you came out. You threw the loop over his head. And then you tightened it fast. And then Daniel helped you pull him up. Yo heave ho.
He told us everything.
I'm tired of being on the losing end. The teachers can't look out for us, so we have to look after ourselves. We made a promise to stick together. And Grant was going to break that promise. What was I supposed to do?
So I was a teacher, was it? You in school?
You're buying.
Recorded, logged.
Thanks.
Did you see the look on his father's face? It's the parents I feel sorry for.
Yeah. Oh. Can you file this?
Late?
Yeah, I should make a call.
2 dates in 3 nights. Getting serious. Why are you denying it? She's presentable enough. Doesn't have a hump on her back or anything.
I just didn't want Dunny and Simon taking the piss.
Where'd you meet her?
In a dance club.
You? What dance club?
Salsa classes, if you really need to know.
Sorry.
What? It's fun. You should try it.
Why would I want to go to salsa classes?
You meet people when you're not seeing anyone, are you?
Oh, how do you know that?
Are you?
Tom Burrows and Martin Price have been handed over to the drug squad. Hopefully the flow of drugs into the school will dry up now.
I dare say that's cold comfort for the principal.
But it should reassure the parents of the children at the school. The drug squad will be focusing on nailing those up the chain, not down. Tom Burrows dropped Price right in it, so I can't see the drug squad being interested in gathering evidence from teenage customers. Josh is safe.
Legally, maybe.
Well, I've done what I can. It's out of my hands now. I'd keep sweet with the drug squad if I was you, Bernice.